Hi, Divine Feminine. I didn't even set myself up for this, but there seems to be strong triggering movement and questions right now around what is going on with the twin. Sorry. I honestly wasn't going to do a reading. I have so much work. I literally felt like I was paralyzed until I decided to do this reading, but I had to eat first because if I channel when I don't have food in me, it's just really, really challenging. Wow. I kind of go too far up in the ethers. White Raven Spirit, trust in the magic. Spider Spirit, make your dreams real. So, I want to first speak to you if you're triggered and the extreme expansive growth that's happening right now for Divine Feminine. You are being asked to let go a bit. Like, they're highlighting the scissors for me. They're like, cut away, and then they're highlighting this Saturn crystal ball. Be disciplined with what you want, what you say you want. Well, let's see. Look at that. Death card for the Divine Feminine. Transformation is beautiful. It's also the number 11. Turtle Spirit, slow and steady wins the race. Peacock Spirit, let it shine. So I feel like for some of you, you are seeing something that's triggering you. It's what this Turtle Spirit's kind of giving me. It's like part of it's a projection of your fears, and part of it's a projection of your self-worth. So I was, while I was eating, listening to a reading of a reader I love, who I haven't listened to their readings in a long time, but it was like about self-esteem. However, I don't necessarily think it's low self-esteem. Look at that. See how I was just talking about the light shining? Harmonize, let your light shine. I drew one of these cards yesterday to see if I wanted to do a reading. I think I did the black reading like 2 days ago. And I got false twin flame, which I don't believe in false twin flames at all. Like, I do not think that is accurate. 1111, take me home, pathway to true love. And so that just told me it was not time for me to deliver this message yet. 6-6, integration, multidimensional healing. 1-1, karmic relationship, releasing the past. Clearing clair wounds with soulmate, and shift or be shifted with spiritual awakening. So there is, in that black reading, there was something about not seeing, and I've got that message again this morning. Like, the Divine Feminine is so far ahead of everyone else. You may be misunderstood with some things. This is going to take a lot of bravery for you. What else do you want me to do? You want another card up there? Okie dokie. So, you want Ascended Master card. A lot of you, they're saying, need support right now. And I feel like I want to cry. And they're saying, that's good, cry. They're saying there's a fear around feeling the feelings. And that's kind of been also coming through in different messages. I do feel Mary with us. Emma Tarusu, the goddess of light. So our third card of letting your light shine. And I actually wrote this on something on Instagram today, because I feel paralyzed. I kind of have to just sit with my feelings and feel them. We're all sacred mirrors reflecting back the same light. Wow, how beautiful. Lady of the Lotus born, embodiment is the deepest bliss. My body was made for enlightenment. Your masculine's having a massive spiritual awakening. Lala, the sight of spoken words. Every word I say becomes a prayer. I am the author of my own story. Parvati, the goddess of devotion. I am a love that doesn't leave. When I commit to love, my soul evolves. So they are really wanting you to know that you are the love of your life. Your commitment to yourself is what moves you forward through this tunnel. So if you didn't listen to my black reading, it would be helpful for you to understand. So they're bringing, I didn't know why, but they're bringing the wheel, they were bringing the wheel to my attention, and now they're bringing it here again. There's an interesting phenomena going on here about returning to the place you began. So we see a lot of phases here that also look like wheels. This is my card of destiny, and it's a card of self-mastery, and another wheel. So a lot of what they want to talk about is things in your life being symbols of who you are. And it's an interesting kind of give and take about the symbols show who you are. Most people try to change the symbols and think that will change who they are. In a way, it can, because energy always flows two ways. But when you kind of create from lack, you create more lack, of course. So they're going to get to it. They're showing me like the Chanel logo with the two C's, right, mirror imaged, but they're kind of faced away from each other. And then they keep pointing out also like the halos in a way are like a C shape. We're gonna figure out what is going on with the C shape. I don't know. What is it that you want me to see? Oh, right. I don't know what that means. Okay, so we have our fourth card of light shining from the heart. Look. I thought this was going to be about divine feminine. Like all divine feminine wants to know about is the masculine. You really need to look with a discerning eye about the fact that your divine masculine, I'm getting goosebumps, is not who he used to be. And you continuing to like hold him in that frequency is literally like recreating the past that you say you don't want. Wow. So the other day I drew, when I drew the false twin flame card, wow. Oh my God. Okay. I drew 3 aces and they were all in reverse. So now we have 2, of course. These were the 2 cards I also drew on the overall energy. So you have a lot of fear that you're having. A lot of fear. I'm going to draw one for both sides. You think that the same thing is going to happen, and you think the same, look at the wheel, the tower, 6 of Wands, Judgment, and the King, Knight of Wands, King of Wands. This is crazy energy. It's so big. I cannot tell you that a situation will not repeat itself, but that is your fear. And it's kind of a invitation to you it's going to apply to everybody differently, but it's kind of an invitation to you to show up more authentically, more honestly, and more real in your own life. So if you're afraid of the masculine being sneaky and cheaty and lying and hurtful and all of these things that we say we don't want, you've got to find where they are conflicts in yourself. And you know that quote, I'm gonna get it wrong, but it's like from Rumi, of course, the great poet. Our death card again with the heart. I mean, this transformation is in the heart field. And so I'm like, what did I even say? That was so profound. I don't remember. So sometimes I have to listen back to my own readings. You know, our job is not to seek for love, but to seek all things that are within us that are barricades to love, or whatever he said. It's like we have to find the things within us that are not aligned with love. And it does appear that the masculine may be showing us some of these. I mean, it's crazy right now what I'm feeling. I think there was quite a long period of time, or at least a process, where the feminine was getting her stability and coming into that place of stability. And, you know, that whole last year, it was kind of, which of these two roads do you want to take? And we took the one that went to the summit. And I think it's so crazy how fast it changes. But it's like you have 3 or 4 days where you're just like, yeah, I can do this. This feels easy. I feel good. And all of a sudden, everything flares, everything shifts, everything changes, and you're in a tunnel of darkness, right? So in the black reading, I said, you're both going into a tunnel. And there's been several other things come up, right? Like, if a tunnel is going like this way and you shift it up like this, it could be like a seed going through the dirt, right? It's not necessarily that you are in darkness, but that you're not really shining your light, they're saying. And you know, we are going to have to, on this journey, confront all of our fears. And that's really what it's about. You know, that green card says healing, growth, heart-centered, unconditional love, life, energy, right? My understanding is that the heart chakra is the last chakra, the highest chakra in the twin flame journey, is that you master the upper, you master the lower, and then you get to master the heart. And the heart is unconditional, meaning nothing in your reality affects what you feel and think. So we have message cards that say, every song reminds me of you. So I did on Instagram do a little talk this morning about how you live in a fishbowl, basically a fishbowl of your own creation, and that your vibes are always basically creating everything around you, right? including the songs that kind of resonate with you, come into your world. There's a lot here about the waves that travel between twins and what they mean. And you can see in this karmic relationship, there's like kind of a lightning strike from this God. And you may have discovered something or feel like there was something that came in between you or that rocked your whole world. You may not. It may have been your own internal revelation. Things happen differently on each journey. But what it's signaling to me is that there is a shift here. And you may say, oh, that came out of nowhere. But did it really? Did it really come out of nowhere? Or is this like a product of your fear? Because a lot of the time, what you see on your journey, if you actually are real about it, is like, oh, what's the worst thing that can happen? The worst thing that can happen often happens. Or it happens in this weird, bizarre way. So you have to overcome your fear. You're like, oh, well, if this happened, it would end it for sure. I would never be with them. And then you, lo and behold, find you are. Not that you have to be, as you don't. So this masculine ran away. And it could have even been he ran away. Like he said, I will be back, or led you to believe you two would carry on some sort of friendship or whatever. I get the feeling with the lemon yellow and the I will be back that he left you on purpose for this flame to keep burning. And what else do we want to draw here? I do have some more cards out. He left you, oopsies. These are these, okay. Kind of left you with quite a burden to go off and to be, I'll tell you, I see on both of your sides, because I'm doing this split, but upside down, I don't know. Because that's the way everything feels right now, that he left you. So I got that card the other day. It's an interesting energy here. That's like, he manifested you in a really powerful way, in a way that allowed your presence, kind of allowed him to understand himself. This is the perspective I never get, in a whole different way. But he is very aware that you're more powerful than him. I'm not sure why they're saying that right now. It's like, some of you may have a question about okay, so he left because he thought, well, I manifested this once. I don't know what to do with it, but I can manifest it whenever I want, which was wrong. And he destroyed some part of your beliefs about relationships. And he collapsed something, and he kind of he left you in this rubble. Again, this card played a role in the black reading, so it would be better for you to watch it to understand what I'm talking about. It's interesting because, you know, in the beginning I said cut, and here it says, I cut to the core of my relationships and I consciously rebuild them. So this is the Tower, but the Tower here has struck the Divine Feminine and struck her. I'm not sure if it's in her heart or her solar plexus. It looks like it's kind of both. It looks like the heart, but it does feel like the solar plexus is very involved. You may have had to go through a layer of rebuilding your ego before you got to rebuilding your heart. So, though the card is not here, I feel a strong presence of judgment. I'm going to go to the next layer here. So, in this, look at that. These cards are so crazy because this is the Four of Wands and the Nine of Cups, I believe. So, you both felt extremely devastated. I want to say that that's kind of like, you know, the wishes you thought were going to be fulfilled were not. So I almost feel like it's in the reverse there. I almost feel like you had to deal with the Nine of Swords, and he has this Four of Wands where he thought he ran away from this joy and stability. And this is a very important feeling over here. All these cards over here were like running away from relationship. Three of Pentacles, Three of Cups, Four of Wands, Devil, Seven of Swords, King of Wands. Oh, then there it is, Judgment, right? There is a component here for both of you on both sides that is like, what would people think of me of this? That's an important element in this. Heal. So you got 16 and 17, and moving on. This is the Eight of Cups, I believe. I'm not super. So again, I think we have the Three of Cups, and then the 10 of what? It's not the 10 of Cups. Huh. Interesting. Some of them don't even have 10s. Oh, it's a major arcana. I see. It is the Wheel of Fortune. Isn't that funny? Okay. So very beautiful how the story kind of unfolds here with the heart chakra opening, cracking open, right? This is the Star. Okay. So you're having a realization that other people are not the key to your destiny. I mean, the star and the wheel are two cards that would say destiny to me. It's not their only meaning, but together I feel like, especially with this heart and the hand, I feel like you're coming to this conclusion of like, why would I ever put my own happiness, my own destiny, my sovereignty, it's not a word I love, but it is going to tell you a lot about being in charge of yourself, right? Like being in your own energy. Why would I have ever put that into someone's hands? And you see, there's two cards here of hands, you know. It's a very, obviously Gemini rules the hands, and Jupiter is currently in Gemini. And here we have more wheels and more hands, and Divine Feminine saying, I have to please myself before the 10 of Pentacles, right? We have 9 and 10 of Pentacles. That's on your agenda. You're manifesting 9 and 10 of Pentacles. There is a part of you here in this reading that really has, I don't know exactly how to read this, but here's the thing about your masculine since he's run away from you. He has been trying to have other relationships. But nothing has felt right. Has that stopped him from being in other relationships? No, I don't think so, for many of them. You're still in his heart. You're the one that lives in his heart. Your name is written on the inside of his heart. And the fears that you both have, I mean, this is like Twin Flame 101 right here, but like the fears that you both have are still there. What if he doesn't love me? What will people think? What if he rejects me? What if I tell him how I feel and he chooses someone else? What if he runs away again? Well, I do absolutely love to see the deception card coming out in reverse. There still may be some more time to wait. However, this is some of the most positive cards I have drawn in a long time. There is a recognition of between you two, and I think it's actually silent right now, and it may remain silent for a while. It's like a recognition that you two feel the same way about each other. And that, here's the kind of bombshell, is that it's you. I don't even remember what I just said. It's you holding yourself apart from him and vice versa. And there's an understanding that it's like we have two cards of trust. That trust isn't really something someone else gives you. It's something you give yourself. And that means that no matter really what happens, you're stable, right? We're looking for these 4 of Wands. We're looking for the 1111. We're looking for the portal that takes us home. And that is not a portal of someone else. That is our understanding of our own stability, our own self-love, our own how honest can I be with myself. If I am deceiving myself about myself, my twin is going to show me that deception. Boom. I fear that if you get too close to me, if you get too close, you'll hurt me. I see myself having kids with you. For some of you, I think they're going to have a child with somebody else, or do have a child with someone else. And this may be something that you have issues getting over. Okay? Maybe a fear of yours. My fears keep stopping me. Exactly. Will you ever forgive me? Will you ever forgive yourself? I can't stand not talking to you. Yes, that's both ways. Trust me, I know I hurt you. I never intended to. Everything I do for our future. Blah, blah, blah. I want to be with you. I don't want this to be over with us. I've been learning a lot about spirituality. I can't face you right now. You are going to face each other. I feel that very strongly. It may take a little bit more time. I hope you're not with someone else. There is someone else in this mix here. Maybe on both sides for you. And what Spirit's giving me is like that is a distraction for sure. You can focus on it. I don't know. It's kind of what they're giving me seems a little bit diminutive, but it's like you have a garden, a magnificent garden, and I don't know, there's one little pest in the garden, or there's one little plant that's not doing well, and you are focusing so much on that you forget to like water everything else. And this is problematic. And it's part of the reason some of this stuff is happening. It's like, yes, you can, you know, are you going to burn everything to the ground because this one thing is bringing up this fear for you, or this instability, right? It's triggering you, and you're like, I can't get triggered anymore. Or I know how to deal with my triggers. Or you say all the right things, but then there's the actual, it knocks you so far out of alignment that you have to go like rebuild the foundation all over again for everything. And they're saying that's a real possibility right now. That's why it feels so big, because it is big. It's also an indication, you know, you have come to a phoenixing moment, a rebirth moment, a death of the old. So some people, when they deal with it, when they deal with a huge change, even if you say you want change, these two cards are probably the most shadowy cards. This and the Nine of Swords, right? And you know, the Nine and the Three of Swords too, but there's a mystery here of like, you don't know. You want to know so badly. And that wanting to know is like what we talk about with manifestation all the time. Things cannot manifest if you're constantly checking for proof, right? I feel like some of you are, your masculine's going to reach out to you. I feel like some of you, you're going to reach out. There's an exchange of words here I see with the feathers. There's feathers flying, and it feels like it's for a short amount of time. And it feels like it does shed light on things, but it doesn't give you what you really hoped for. And I feel like he's going to, I think he's in a much more accepting place of who you are. I feel like that, they're saying like he's traversed this barren land. You know, you have to remember that they do that without a lot of the knowledge that we have, but now they are gaining that knowledge because we are integrating and we are moving to the next phase, or there's no phases, sorry, wrong word. The next element of integration here, although some would call that a phase. I don't believe in phases. Okay. I tried to move on and it failed, so I said that. So we have a little bit of low self-esteem here. Aquarius, no good thing shall be denied. He's being suspicious. He's being suspicious. Can we have a card on that? What does that mean? I think maybe part of what this is that there has been an element of him being in low self-esteem. Interesting. Comparing himself to you. Death on the bottom. And now instead of seeing like the difference as a bad thing, he's seeing, oh, but we're similar. We're similar, and wow, that kind of means I'm also amazing. The Void, Taurus, Emerald, you're on his mind, align action, kisses. I will say, look at the next card. Have you forgotten me? Fool's Gold, Ho'oponopono, silence is easier. There, that card, you're so spiritual, I feel inadequate, was in reverse. He likes this idea of being a twin flame, but he doesn't really know how to make that like life. Like what it feels like right now is you're in his mind and he has compartmentalized certain aspects of that. But that's not going to hold forever because your heart space is expanding in a big way. And you are moving towards forgiving everything, forgiving yourself, forgiving him. I'm going to get 3 cards over here too. And those ones, okay. They just fell out. Pentacles. Look at 3 cards of wheels. This is really beautiful. It's like there's a part of you that's coming into this high priestess energy. Look. That knows things take time and it really doesn't matter. The 5 of Pentacles is on the bottom with with the inner child card. It's 2 5s on the bottom. So the card of the Magician, it's like things take time and you know that, but time is just a construct. And so you're like, I don't really need to concern myself with this time, or when it starts, or when he talks to me, or what this is. Like, I feel it falling away from you in this tunnel of, it doesn't really matter what we call it, or what it is, what's known, or what's, like, all of the constructs of relationships and marriage. And this is part of what Twin Flame was here to destroy. You know, those things have to be destroyed within you first, and they have to be cut and let go of, and they have to be, you have to, I see, literally kind of become like a baby here with the Fool of, you know, the Fool and the Sun, both those cards, like, kind of giving me this real childlike energy, where Aries is, it's just an infant, and it just wants what it wants when it wants it, and it doesn't, you know, it's kind of interesting that we are in Pisces right now, and we started this reading off with Saturn, and Saturn's about to move from Pisces to Aries, and all of the outer planets are moving, and that in the tarot, the Sun card, I think it's that card, I haven't used that deck in so long, is like the baby on the horse, right? The baby's not going to steer the horse, right? The baby is just riding the horse. And that's kind of how it is with the truth of the sun. The sun is the truth and the light, right? We talked about all of the light being shined in the beginning. It's like, if you live in your truth of who you are, which is divine feminine, period. They're being funny. They're putting exclamation point. That you don't have to contort or control or do anything. You don't have to worry, because nothing has to validate that from the outside, right? It's an interesting way to interpret the moon card, but it's kind of what I'm getting here. It's like, you've invested so much into you. See all these things growing? There's money, and there's all these other things about, but you don't see any of that. All of that is done internally, energetically. And then it starts to pay out these dividends, because when everybody is triggered by world events, by politics, by holidays, by all of these things that we're told to pay attention to, you're not. You're just stable, you know, you're just Four of Wandsing it, which has kind of been our guiding card. And I still feel it's something that can guide you very strongly, as those 4 pillars. I'm not going to go into all the spiritual stuff, but you know, it's the 4 directions are there for a reason. And like I always say, it's like, tarot readers want to romanticize cups and demonize swords and money, you know, pentacles, and they're all important in life. They're all important. They're all part, the material, the spiritual, the mental, and whatever else I'm forgetting, emotional. They're all important to us. And we have to have that balance for the structure to stand. And the structure is what you really create in the world. I mean, in ways, it's like your legacy. They're really going off here, but I'm going to get some advice. I hope this has helped you. It did help me, just to process the enormity of the energy that was there, because I was like, oh my God, what is this energy? It's just like So I do want to bring through a couple things about what I feel from the masculine because he's really wanting my attention. And that is that there's something about a letter. Either you wrote a letter, he's sending a letter. I feel it super strong that this letter he has been contemplating, and something about it, something is either was said or will be said. I think for most of you it's been written, like you wrote it or he wrote it. Oh, Kuan Yin fell on the ground. So that's just telling me that there was so much care and compassion and beautiful divine feminine energy. Oh my God, look at that. Venus and Jesus. Truth is being revealed. Deep insights are coming from heaven and the astral realm. I think they're coming from your masculine. You're on the path of light, love, and forgiveness. Father healing is possible at this time. I feel like the love that is coming into your heart and expanding. Obviously, it's already there, but oh my gosh. Light activation, the sacred self. I told you, Mother Mary and White Eagle. Yes, this is this beautiful like Fool energy here. Connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern is being healed now. And that means like a new beginning, right? Okay, so what was I saying? I don't remember. Oh. There's just going to be so much love in your heart. It's going to just be that Ace of Cups times a trillion. And this is that light activation that's going to be so... there's so many words. It's going to feel amazing. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. So the whole time, they've shown me the halo, right? The halo, the halo, the halo, the halo, the halo, the halo, the halo. She doesn't have it. So masculine doesn't have it yet. You're going to have this illumination. Let go of the need to be right, right? It's just time to let go of your ego. Nobody has the right to tell you who you are. Choose peace. Mother healing is possible at this time. Unleash it. We have Father healing. We have Mother healing. We have unleash your spirit, express your gifts, and dance the sacred rhythm of life. There's something coming, we have the moon here. Something has been hidden for a while. There's going to be this beautiful peace. We have the dove and peace here. And yeah, things may unravel a little bit for some of you. Rites of passage, animals, take action. There's going to be action. Look at shine, solar sight, peace. It's crazy. So there is this thing about shining. You kind of have to, that's crazy right there, be comfortable with eyes on you. You have to be comfortable being seen. It's a process, especially if you've been, you've had abuse, you've had some stuff in your Earth Dragon. All the cards almost never fall on the floor. So Earth Dragon, and it says clear the ley lines. So the Earth is clearing for this new Ascension, Divine Feminine, Earth and Air Dragon, Silver Dragon, has the key with Chiron, which is, I currently believe, in Aries. Whew, my God, big energy. Okay, represents a perfect balance of heaven and earth. Stay balanced, ground your visions, right? Four of Wands, manifest your hopes and dreams. Illuminates your potential with higher light. That's you. Access untapped resources. Look into your soul and see the higher possibilities. It's weird, but it's like it's going to flip for a minute. And you've been able to like see yourself in this mirror of them, and they're going to see themselves in this mirror of you. And they may have already, but it's going to be at a new level because you're having a big ascension. Harness your creativity, excitement, and enthusiasm, and communicate your passion. Take it with a grain of salt. Attunes you to the infinite. Be still in the silence. Magic can happen. Be in the moment. You've got to work on constantly. Be here now. Be here now. Be here now. Don't be in the past. Don't be in the future. Don't be on another planet. Don't be in your head. Be here now. Like, that's the mantra. It says, prepares your heart to connect with the higher facets of the cosmic heart. Open your heart to warm-hearted love and diamond light, and connect with the love of the universe. So in my teachings, that has been Jesus who carries that cerise pink light from the exalted version of Venus. You may have whatever belief you wish to have. Wow. This is quite a reading. Imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light. Create room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. Sacred union. This is what the masculine is coming into right here. Honor and treasure your relationship, for it is truly sacred. New beginning. A new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. Give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. And know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. Let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. Close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You currently find yourself in. Friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship, and your love life will dramatically improve. So this is saying, don't criticize, don't use guilt to manipulate, forgive, don't rush, take your time, and twin flames, okay? I hope that's helped you. I'm sending you so much love. Bye for now.